The Giants just took the 2025 Snoopy Bowl here at MetLife Stadium, representing Blue Rush, Brandon London. Representing the Gangs All Here podcast, Frankie Vittorini. Frankie, let's get our key takeaways, man. We'll go blow for blow when it comes to this. I'm sure you got a lot to talk about from things on the Jets side. I think the first thing that stood out to me is forget Colin Cowherd and a lot of the people in the national media. There's no quarterback one competition. Russell Wilson is this team's quarterback one going into week one against the Commanders. His two preseason drives, or the first two preseason drives, obviously he goes down the field, gets a field goal against the Buffalo Bills, and now against the Jets, goes down the field, one ball, a moon ball, a delicious moon ball to Bo Collins. They score on that opening drive. Russell Wilson looked great today. He did throw the interception, but from my standpoint, where I was standing on the field, that was more on the young receiver. He's got to kind of take a better angle on that post, but Russ threw up that first deep ball for him, right? And he threw up another one for him. That means that he is comfortable with a guy like Bo Collins. Obviously, Malik Neighbors didn't play. Darius Slayton didn't play. Jalen Hyatt got involved. You see Russell Wilson pushing the football to him as well. We're finally able to evaluate the Giants' passing game. And I know it's preseason, but there are a lot of people excited about that around here.
Well, let me say this. Russell Wilson looked good, but Jackson Dart also looked good. Yep. And I think that's something Giant fans need to realize and appreciate. That pick right there is looking pretty good right now. I wouldn't start him week one. I'd give him some time. But, Brandon, where we may have an issue on our side with the Jets is Justin Fields did not look good today passing the football. 1 of 5, only 4 passing yards. Now, I'm not going to go crazy about a preseason stat line, but it's not accurate. Garrett Wilson has yet to get a ball from Justin Fields. I wanted him to play a little bit more tonight, and after a few drives, they took him out, whereas your guy, Russell Wilson, stayed in. It's a little bit concerning what I've seen from Fields in the passing department today and in preseason overall.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate as well because I think Fields had a solid week when it came to the joint practices. I know there was that viral video out of him throwing the ball into the ground, throwing it high. Now, he does throw his wide receivers high. I've seen that. But at the same time, it's hard to evaluate this guy sometimes when we talk about being a traditional drop-back quarterback. And we talked about how Tanner Engstrand just came from Jared Goff. Now he has a dual threat. Tanner Engstrand kind of has his hands tied right now trying to figure out, how do I get the best out of this kid? And it's hard because he doesn't have the groceries that he needs in terms of wide receiver 2 outside of Garrett Wilson. But we're going to see how that kind of plays out, or at least you guys are going to see how that plays out. But as of right now, Justin Fields, what grade would you give him for the reports that you've heard, and now you saw him live today in a game-like situation? What grade would you give him?
I'd give him a C+ thus far. Not going to go anything lower because Justin Fields is who we expected Justin Fields to be. You saw the first passing play of the game today was a little 4-yarder out to Mason Taylor. He used his legs, had a nice little rush, looked good that first drive last week. He's got something, but he's got to get better. And just like you said, Tanner Engstrand coming from that Detroit system that had a Jared Goff who's pretty much the opposite kind of quarterback that Justin Fields is, timing and staying from the confines of the pocket is going to be something Justin Fields has to work on, or else he's going to look like he did today.
I'm going to show a little love to Jackson Dart here. I think Jackson Dart is going to be the QB2 week 1 against the Commanders. They continue to throw things at him. You saw today, they took him out of the game, threw Russ in, and then threw him right back in there to kind of try and emulate what a game could be. Hey, youngster, we traded up for you. We traded up to go get you in the first round. We're going to give you every opportunity to make this team as the QB2. Jameis is just chilling. Jameis just has to chill. It's almost on like the rookie has to – Jameis knows that if the rookie goes out and takes his job as a quarterback 2, then it is what it is. He'll be the quarterback 3 on this team. But they're giving Jackson Dart the chances to make this team as the quarterback 2, and he is doing a great job. He had a drive where he was 100% on all his passes. I think he went like 6 for 6, and they're able to score on that. We haven't seen that type of competent and consistent quarterback play here at MetLife Stadium on our side in quite some time. My next takeaway, and we talked about the quarterbacks a lot. So my next takeaway was the Giants defense going to be able to stop the run? Throughout the course of the week, Braylon Hall, Breece Allen, Breece Hall had a couple nice runs against the Giants defense, and that was something that was their Achilles heel last year. Guys weren't able to get the sacks they wanted because it'd be 3rd and shorts. I think they did a solid job overall, both the 1s and the 2s, and that's without Dexter Lawrence. So that was a takeaway as well for me, to see the Giants defense, run defense, something that Shane Bowen has been preaching, kind of step up. Again, it's preseason, but it's still good to see going into a short week and another preseason game next week.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Stone Smart, who put your boy Abdul Carter on his ass. You saw that? I'm just going to say, welcome to the NFL. Welcome to the NFL, man. But no, back to your original point, Brandon. The running game for the Jets is going to be everything. That read option with Justin Fields, Braylon Allen, and Breece Hall is going to dictate what this offense looks like and how many points they can put up. They were asking me before, you were asking me, how many games do you think the Jets are going to win? I don't know, because I want to know how much we're going to run the ball and what that running game looks like. I don't think this passing offense is going to be a high-volume product. They're not going to be able to put up 28 points.
Top what? Top what in terms of that passing offense?
Passing offense will not be top 20. Okay. But the running offense, I think, could be top 10 and should be top 5, Brandon. You have Justin Fields, who's got the 2nd most rushing yards in NFL history in a season, 1st most rushing yards in a game for a quarterback. You got to get that read option rolling. I could see Braylon Allen having a huge role in this offense. And to the offense today, I like what I saw from Tanner Engstrand again. I was very impressed last week because we were scoring points. He's still creative. It still was good today. They just weren't able to get the ball in their playmakers' hands.
You said that they're not going to have a top 20 passing offense, a top 5 rushing offense. You know who I feel for when you say that? Garrett Wilson, man. This guy can't catch a break at all. He can catch the football, but he can't catch the break at all in terms of getting him a quarterback to where they can just sling that thing. You get a pass here, you get a pass here, you get a pass there. Hey, G5, we dapped up before during warm-ups. Hey, bro, big fan of you. Keep your head in it, man, because I think that's something to look at. His demeanor, his attitude throughout the course of the year. Yeah, he signed and got the bag, and they want more leadership from him. But at the end of the day, as receivers, we're only as good as the guy that's throwing us the football. So hopefully that works out for y'all's, like for y'all's sake of things. But we got our own side, our own like quarterback, wide receiver connection, chemistry that we got to worry about. On this side, Malik Neighbors didn't play. Obviously, Sauce Gardner didn't play. We wanted to see that. But I can see and I understand why both head coaches shut down their star corner and their star wide receiver. My last and final takeaway, Frankie, you were offensive lineman, right?
Yeah, I said D-line both. I was both.
When the Hogs,
I was a D-lineman first and foremost.
When the Hogs and the offensive line is playing well, everyone gets evaluated. Yes. The Giants were able to run the football today consistently. Russell Wilson was able to have time to throw a moon ball, 2 moon balls, 1 pick, one deep game, 1 80-yard game. Jackson Dart was able to be comfortable back there. And again, it's not preseason, not too many blitzes, and if it is a blitz, it's super vanilla. So we're not saying like, oh, this Giants offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. We just got to see good offensive football, and we got to evaluate. The offensive line, I feel as though, had one of their best preseason performances of all time. And if they can keep whatever quarterbacks back there, Dart, Wilson, Jameis, doesn't matter, you, me, doesn't matter who's back there. If they can keep a clean pocket consistently, then we can evaluate the Giants offense. And here's why, Frankie, before I give it back up to you. You saw the Giants were coming out. They were on the -1 yard line. They ran a play action and Russ completed a ball to Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
Remember the days where the Giants offense used to run QB sneaks from the -1. Now they're running play action, back turn to the defense, and Russell Wilson was able to connect on a nice hinge route to Jalen Hyatt on the right side. You don't call that, you don't complete that unless you have confidence in the offensive line and they execute. So we'll still see Andrew Thomas obviously has to get healthy, got to get him back out there. But just like how you guys got Jermaine Johnson off the PUP and that bolstered the defense, once the Giants get Andrew Thomas off the PUP, that's going to make the offensive line better. But right now, I got my Robin Hood app on my phone. The Giants offensive line is trending in the right direction. My man, finish us off. What was your last takeaway?
All right, last take is this. Staying on the offensive line point, the Jets have arguably one of the most athletic offensive lines in the NFL. And with the upside, with what we've done, 3 first-round picks on that line, John Simpson having a big year, Joe Tippmann needs to get better, but still is a very good center in this league. The Jets have to depend on that offensive line. And that is the key unit, Brandon, for us to rebuild off of. Because like you just said, if you have time and your quarterback can buy you a little more time, you got a lot of time back there. So that offensive line for the Jets is going to get better. The Giants, these joint practices showed how, we still have to work on things and how good they are. We can get better, and as they get better, you're going to see the offense and Justin Fields do a little bit more. So don't be alarmed, Jet fans. Things will, I think, get better. I like the OC, and we'll see where things go.
All right, we're wrapping things up here at the Snoopy Bowl for the Gangs Are Here and Blue Rush. Absolutely love the connection. Hey, it's all about New York football because right now the Mets and Yankees are absolutely horrible. It's all about the Jets and Giants to save the city. Doesn't matter if you wear green or you bleed blue. It's all about New York football right now. For Frankie Vittorini, for Brandon London, thanks for checking out and hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week.